So even though Roman Reigns chose to wrestle CM Punk in the main event for WrestleMania 42, the rumor before that for a long time, probably leading up into the Royal Rumble, was that the main event for WrestleMania 42 Night 2 would be Cody Rhodes against Roman Reigns. So what happened? At some point, and I believe fairly recently, there was a pivot, and they went with Roman Reigns and CM Punk. And don't get me wrong, last night, CM Punk and Roman Reigns cooked at a high temperature. They had the ring scorching. What a phenomenal promo battle between those two. Something that the young guys should study and improve upon as the years progress for the WWE and for professional wrestling in general. That is how you captivate an audience. That is how you show genuine anger and animosity towards your opponent. Not just friendly fire shots. No, there definitely is some tension between those two that is brewing into professional wrestling in a thematic way, and it shows and it is captivating, so they should continue upon that road. And there is no doubt in my mind that Roman Reigns and CM Punk will be blockbuster. However, in the weeks leading up to the Royal Rumble, Roman Reigns went on a promotional tour, and in one of his stops, he ended up on the Pat McAfee show. Now, I'm going to read with you some of these quotes. You tell me if this is to set up CM Punk and Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. He goes, and I quote, "To be completely honest and transparent here, 2 years ago, it all changed around. And what I've been doing out there hasn't exactly been the same of what I've done before. And the way I look at it is, I'm a generous tribal chief. I give the people plenty of time. These young talents, they say, we hog all the TV time. I mean, they'll complain about one thing and then I leave an opening. I give them plenty of space to create whatever type of stardom they want. Get over, kids. Get over. And we're 2 years here now, and we haven't advanced. We haven't evolved. You know, I mean, we have great leadership, and Nick Khan, God bless him, what a businessman. He's a genius. But we have to be able to keep up with that creatively. And that's why people like me, people who are striving to be the very best, the greatest, the GOATs, the MJs, I can't just sit around and see mediocrity and not when I set it up for everybody else to just slam it home. That to me sounds like he is setting up for a potential match with Cody Rhodes, because when Roman Reigns went away for that 2 years, who had the show? It was Cody Rhodes. And last year's WrestleMania 41 main event is marred in controversy and critically panned in his match with John Cena. The build-up, the conclusion, everything about it just seemed off. And who had the keys to the castle? It was Cody Rhodes. So if you look at last year, compositively, if you look at last year, it looked like Cody Rhodes had the keys to the castle and won the debate and got the main event for WrestleMania 41. This year, it looks like Roman Reigns has won the debate and is getting the main event. So is Cody Rhodes being dethroned? And has his experiment worked? You guys, let me know down in the comments. Guys, this is the Wrestling Old Head. Welcome to the Portal of Pro Wrestling. Thanks for listening for videos like this and more. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and notifications bell down in the comment section below. And we'll discuss this very topic. Is Cody Rhodes' experiment failing? All right, now let's get into it. Now, is this Cody Rhodes experiment failing? Now, I look at Cody Rhodes and everything that he's done so far in the WWE. One of the biggest feuds that he has had since being the champion, and he's had 2 title reigns in the past 2 years. He had the WWE Championship going into 2026 after he won the title back from John Cena. And then last 2024, going into 2025, he had the championship until he lost it to John Cena. So in that time, I believe the biggest feud that he has had as far as, program entertainment was with Kevin Owens. The stuff that he's had with Drew McIntyre, the stuff that he's had with Solo Sikoa, and for the most part, some of the stuff that's happened with John Cena just hasn't been hitting. It hasn't been firing on all cylinders. So you gotta wonder if maybe this experiment with Cody Rhodes on top hasn't been the best. Now, as far as merchandise sales, as far as general interest, as far as tickets, all of the metrics and the analytics seem to indicate that I'm wrong about what I just said and that Cody Rhodes is crushing it. But in the ring, as far as captivating an audience, as far as doing a promo like what we saw with Roman Reigns and CM Punk, there has not been a dance partner for Cody Rhodes thus far, like I said, aside from Kevin Owens, that has been able to captivate a type of promo and the build-up to a match that screams box office like that. Now, essentially, if you look at John Cena as a heel against Cody Rhodes on paper, that looks like that's going to be a tremendous match. But it was not executed as such. And the whole final boss trying to steal his soul thing just seemed incomplete. And it just kind of fizzled away. And they tried to tie it together and they tried to, tie up the loose ends, and it just didn't work. It completely fell through. So now, this year, with the main event of WrestleMania 42, Night 2, being made official with Roman Reigns challenging CM Punk, the one question I have that hit me after this night's promo battle is, has the Cody Rhodes experiment failed? And I gotta say, I mean, if you're going to put Cody Rhodes, who has been the man for 2 years now, at the night one, and potentially not even in the main event, if you were going to have like the women main event, which I believe the women should, it is a long time coming. They should have had the main event for night one last year. And I understand Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins, phenomenal match. Some people's match of the year. I loved Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Io Sky. I thought that match could have been a main event, even with that other triple threat match looming around for night one. I felt like that could have main evented. But all that aside here, now that you have night one coming up and it looks like Cody Rhodes is going to be a part of it and not even in the main event, they may be sending a strong message to Cody Rhodes that maybe they're not going to back him going forward, and maybe they need to go in a different direction so that they can keep the momentum going. And maybe whatever Roman Reigns has been saying backstage, whatever he has been saying in production meetings and whatever, they're starting to listen and they're starting to go, well, when Roman was firing on all cylinders, even though we were, breaking records and selling out and doing all this stuff, also creatively, we were hitting our mark. When Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman and whoever else has been on the creative team get aside and they start coming up with a story, i.e. the Bloodline story, one of the biggest stories in WWE to date, they have not been able to top that, mind you, then people are paying attention and people are interested. Lately, with this Cody Rhodes story, there has not been a whole lot of general interest, is my point. Cody Rhodes against Drew McIntyre, I like it a lot, but it hasn't been screaming box office. And the way that Cody Rhodes has been presented has not been presented in a way that gets people interested in not only him getting back the championship, it seems to me that people are way more interested in this idea of Jacob Fatu finally climbing the ladder. So, is Cody Rhodes being handled correctly? Has he been given a chance to really do his own creative, or is he kind of just on the conveyor belt getting pushed out into the fans? That is the question. But this is the first time since the WWE title was created in 2023 that this title is going to be main eventing night 2 over the Undisputed Championship. And I remember Roman Reigns vividly talking about the WWE title as it being second fiddle. It was when Seth Rollins had the title. He's like, man, ain't nobody care about that title, man. That thing is second fiddle, man. And now he is vying for that championship. So we're not only seeing for the first time since WrestleMania 38, Cody Rhodes out of the Night 2 main event, or is it 39? Anyways, he's been a part of the main event for a long time. He is not going to be in Night 2's main event. And instead, Roman Reigns is back in the Night 2 main event, and CM Punk is now getting his Night 2 main event at WrestleMania. Now, if you ask me personally, I love that idea, and I think it screams box office, and I actually think that they're going to be pushing Roman Reigns to be more of the bad guy going into this, just based on the way that his demeanor is and the type of promo that he cut, and I think they're going to try to get the fans to side with CM Punk in this scenario, but they better tread carefully because the cool bad guy always gets cheered over the old school, grizzled young veteran legend type. So CM Punk is really going to have to step it up in these next couple of months to ensure that the crowd backs him appropriately and that he doesn't get turned on, right? So that's going to be a very, very tough task for CM Punk. I think he can take the task on, but you don't want to lose the interest because Roman Reigns is going to be firing on all cylinders, and he's going to be in the Street Fighter movie. So there's a lot of fan reaction that can go in Roman Reigns' favor leading up to this. But now he's going after that title that he once critically panned, and now if you look at SmackDown's getting panned. Drew McIntyre got dissed on. So is Roman Reigns sending a strong message to Cody Rhodes to step it up? I know he's sending a message to the young talent to step it up, but it also seems like he's very passive-aggressively kind of taking shots at Cody Rhodes in his 2 years on top. So we're going to see in the months to come what they have planned for Cody Rhodes. Are they going to go with Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu, and will that be enough to main event night one, or are they going with the women here? And if this is a failed experiment, if Paul Levesque and Nick Khan are ready to wash their hands of this whole Cody Rhodes situation and turn him heel, is that going to be enough to keep Cody Rhodes at the top? And then you got situations where you can put him in matches against CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Now, if they were to do that, and this is hypothetical, completely hypothetical station here, if they do that, who is the young guy that's going to take his place? Because it's not going to be Roman. He's not going to be full-time. CM Punk, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, close to retirement. You know, he's going to be bowing out very soon, probably within the next 5 years. And I'm being very generous when I say 5 years. Who is ready to take the Cody Rhodes spot? Who's ready to take the Roman Reigns spot? You can argue that Obafemi is ready, but is he really? And they're going to have to test it. Whether they pit him against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania or Bronson Reed at WrestleMania. They're going to try and test it. They're going to try and see if he's ready to be box office. But it's going to be a long haul. It's going to be a long journey before he's considered in the pantheon of someone like a Cody Rhodes or a Roman Reigns. So who else is ready? And guys, when I look around at this WWE roster on both sides of the coin, on the SmackDown side, on the Raw side, I do not see anyone of the caliber of Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns and with the youth on their side that can carry the WWE currently for the next 5 to 15 years. I just don't see it. So whether or not they consider this Cody Rhodes thing a failed experiment, I hope creatively they can give him the freedom to come back from this and really make a wave, because I really just don't see anybody taking his place, and I think it is a bad idea to go heel right now. I think you have a locker room full of really top bad guys that are in the WWE on both SmackDown and on Raw, and you're at a dearth for the faces. You're at a deficit. There are no top good guys that you can count on to lead the WWE with a youth movement that are ready to get that type of a push currently. I just don't see it. So Roman Reigns, yes, he definitely has a point. Not going to discredit what his point is. He definitely has a point. It's been a lot of mediocrity, and you can point it back to creative, but do you point it to the wrestlers as well? Are they timid? Are they not ready to step up and handle it? Roman Reigns got in that ring, and he showed CM Punk, you better be ready because I'm bringing the fire. CM Punk held his own. But if CM Punk wasn't in that ring, and if somebody else was in that ring, like a Cody Rhodes or like one of the younger talents, would they be able to handle that? Would Logan Paul be able to handle it? Would Braun Breaker be able to handle it? Would Obafemi be able to handle it? That remains to be seen. One of the things that I've also noticed this past Monday on WWE Raw is that Braun Breaker, it looks like they're pivoting, and it looks like they're going to see if maybe they can bring Seth Rollins back and have him align with the vision and make it seem like Braun Breaker is just this loose cannon, and maybe get the fans behind Braun Breaker again. That's an outrageous pivot. That's an amazing pivot. That's too quick. But maybe they just think that he's better getting cheered. And if you look at him in the ring, the crowd's going crazy for him when he's cutting his promos. They're barking. Maybe they feel like there's more money in making him a good guy. That guy, I can totally see it. And if that's the way that they would go, that's the guy that I would pick. Braun Breaker. But you need more than one. You need more than one. If you look at the landscape in the WWE, you've got CM Punk and you've got Cody Rhodes. If you try to go that way with the youth movement, you've got Braun Breaker, and who else? And you better hope it's Obafemi. You better hope it's Obafemi. And it's going to come down to the way that they're positioned creatively, and if they can handle the pressure, and if they can put on captivating matches and tell great stories. That's the only way that it's going to work. So Roman Reigns just made a statement. And I believe backstage, overall, he has won the debate. So now Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, and CM Punk are going to come up with something creatively to really make this main event Night 2 blockbuster and beat out the main event from last year, Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Now, you can't completely put the blame on Cody Rhodes about that, but it definitely wasn't as good as it could have been. So we're going to see how this all plays out and if Cody Rhodes is in the Night 1 main event. But you guys, like I said at the beginning of this video, you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Is the Cody Rhodes experiment failing? Have they lost confidence in Cody Rhodes? And if that is true, then what is their plan going forward for the WWE? Who are they going to prop up if they inevitably turn the American Nightmare into a true bad guy? Who is going to come up from the woodwork and be that next top guy that the fans can cheer on and that they can look at in the Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns slot for the next 5 to 10 years? Is it Braun Breaker? Is it Obafemi? Is it somebody else that I'm not saying? You guys let me know in the comment section. Thank you again for watching this video. If you like this video and more, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you always know when I'm dropping you with some hotness. This is the Wrestling Old Head, you guys. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next one.